How on earth did we get here? I'm talking about here in Times Square. I mean, human beings on the planet, dominating the planet in many ways. Turns out we were not the favorite necessarily, and it was not an easy trip. And what you learned in history class about is being challenged now by new discoveries in the dirt, in the earth, archaeology. A new PBS docuseries called Human takes viewers on a journey way, way back in time to when we were not quite ourselves yet.
We're not the first species of human, but we are the only ones left. How on earth did this happen?
We took on perilous journeys. Every other species just stopped, but not us.
How did humanity transform from scattered groups of nomads into our modern, interconnected world?
Joining us now is the host of the 5-part NOVA series, Paleoanthropologist Ella Al-Shamahi. Ella, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I think this is destined to be an all-time classic of the genre for PBS. It's really, really, really fascinating. Really it's been the biggest talker for us in our editorial call yesterday about this. So, basically, we were not the only species of human on the planet. And somehow we're here and they're not here anymore.
Yeah, and I think that really shocks a lot of people because this is the only time when only one species of human has walked this earth. So for most of our history as a species, we shared the planet with, we think, at least 6 other species. So we were the Magnificent 7. I'll be honest, I think the estimate is probably a bit low. I reckon there were so many more species. Yeah, so there's the Neanderthals, some people have been called a Neanderthal at some time or other, but there were all these other species. There was like a species called Homo floresiensis, which nobody calls them that. They just call them the hobbits.
The little ones.
Yeah, they were the little ones. They were 3.5 feet tall, so they were the size of penguins. And they lived on this one island in Indonesia.
Just one island?
Just this one island. And this island was like this fantastical place because there were giant carnivorous flesh-eating marabou storks that are taller than me, giant Komodo dragons, giant rats, and these miniature elephants that were the size of cows. So in our history, we had humans the size of penguins hunting elephants the size of cows. And now we're the only ones left.
And they all, many of these species of humans lived on Earth at the same time. Like, I always learned that, like, we went from, like, this to this, and, you know, we got bigger and bigger. So how did this kind of blow up, our thinking on...
Are we the bad guys? Did we kill them all?
First of all, I think, let's just get our heads around the fact that our history is probably closer to Lord of the Rings than we realise. We were sharing the planet with all of these other species, and I think what I love about this series is that it's kind of a revisionist history. Yeah. Most people assume that we turned up, we were the new kid on the block, we were always destined for greatness. It was like written in the stars. And the truth is, we were the underdog to start off with. Yes, we were the underdog. There was
so many... the top dog?
I mean, it
Homo erectus was around for 2 million years.
You know your stuff.
I watched the documentary. Only because of you.
Homo erectus, yeah, it was the first one that stood upright, hence erectus, and they were incredibly successful. The Neanderthals gave us a run for their money, for our money. Like, it was really intense many, many times. And yet somehow we're here and they're not. So the series kind of takes this apart and goes, well, how did we go from this fantastical Lord of the Rings-esque world to where we are today, where we're the only ones left, but we're not just, like, successful. We are successful. We are the most dominant form of life on Earth.
It's surprisingly moving, I think, if people think this is all dusty, ancient stuff. No, but the handprints, the markings, the skulls, the way you analyze the bones, and you can see us in all that back when. And I think it's so powerful to connect to touch the deep past in that way.
She literally touches it. You don't have to wear gloves to hold, like,
Okay, so, yeah, people have commented. Sometimes you can tell I'm touching the real fossil because I look terrified.
Okay.
And sometimes I'm holding it. But I think for me, the most moving is the footprints, fossilized human footprints.
Ella, I'm sorry. We have 300,000 years of human history, but only 10 seconds left in this segment. Ella Al-Shamahi, you're amazing in this. People should watch all of it, every episode. The first episode of NOVA Human is on tonight on PBS. Check your local listings.